We're often asked what's better about an Ulti Spiral Door versus others on the market. So I want to capture a few key points here. Firstly, it's got no wheels. High-speed door with no wheels. There's no steel or aluminium tracks, and there's no springs. So let's cover off on the no wheels factor. What it has instead of wheels is a stainless steel pin which runs into the guide of the door. Now that guide is in replacement to a track. It's a polyethylene machined self-lubricating guide, so it doesn't need any lubrication. There's no wear points. Typically what you would have in a high-speed spiral door is a bracket, something like this, where you have these bolted onto the end of the panels. You'd have bearings, wheels, you've obviously got to have a wear element in the wheels, and that's a high use item, whereas the stainless steel pin completely replaces that and lowers the maintenance. So the guides are polyethylene self-lubricating guides. They run right up the door and then they run into the spiral at the top. So that's machined and custom machined for that door. You can also run these into overhead tracks or a low headroom oval type spiral. Now, going on to the really big one, this door has no springs. It is a counterweighted door, it's not counter-sprung. So in the door leg, it has a counterweight that travels up and down to counterweight the weight of the door panels themselves. Now, that's a really big one for long-term maintenance. Reason being is that counter-sprung doors typically require their springs to be replaced sometimes as low as 25,000 cycles, but often around the 25 to 50,000 cycles is a cycle count that needs maintenance, which can be quite a high expense. Whereas the Ulti Spiral Door is rated to 1 million cycles. So there's a big difference there for the long-term, ongoing, lowest lifetime cost. The doors themselves are rated to a class 4 wind loading, up to a 5 metre high by 5 metre wide door. So anything up to 25 square metres is a class 4 wind rating, which is very high. From there on, it drops to a class 3 wind loading, and we can go up to an 8 metre high by 8 metre wide door, or a total of 42 square metres. So we've got a lot of options for large openings and high wind applications. The safety in the door, we have a 2 metre high light curtain, so that is shooting a lot of light beams through the door and effectively creates a safety curtain. So if you put your hand into the door opening when it's closing, it will reverse the door if you drive through. Prevents any accidental impacts or closing on either objects or people. The panels themselves, we have the standard 50mm insulated panel. We then have vision panels that can be run in any configuration. We can create full vision doors. There is ventilated panels for basement car parks, and then we also go to an 80mm thick panel for cold storage or thermal applications. So there's a few key points as to why the Ulti Spiral Door is really a market leader.
Ulti Group, protecting what matters, people, product and profits.